we're having a look at today is we're working on 2 major sections and 1 minor section, and the goal is to put this together into a flow drill that's nice and comfortable for everyone to understand and everyone to do. So for the last 10 to 15 minutes of class, we'll be flow rolling it out and adding a little bit of resistance and things like that as well. First part, just grab the dowels on my back. We're going to start with what we call hooks in seatbelt grip. We're going to do the seatbelt grip, sorry if you don't mind, right hand over the top. I've been coaching it this way and I'm going to get confused if I have to do it the other way. My script's in my head, so I'm kind of going, okay. So one of the things that I want to work on is what we call the lever. And the arm has a couple of major levers, a couple of minor levers. One of the things that I see people do is they start to try and stop the choke by putting my hands in over. The downfall about it is I'm in between the elbow and wrist, so I'm actually working between the 2 levers and not working on either one. So for me, what I want to do is I want to try and be greedy, and I want to stop 2 things at once. So I'm going to bring my elbow over, and I'm going to bring my elbow in, I'm going to hold here. So what I'm doing is, if Adele tries to pull her left hand out, and it's not that I'm trying to stop her, but what I'm doing is I'm creating space behind my back. So as she tries to pull out, there's this little like wedge where I'm getting this little bit of space to be able to move. Number 1. Number 2 is this. She wants her wrist to go to my throat to choke me. I'll show you. Go. Okay, so I want to stop her wrist from going to my throat. So by 1 and 2, technically I have 2 hands on the end of her lever that she's trying to move. Now, I've already worked out it's hard for her to hand fight because I've got the hand caught. So I'm in a really good position from here. This is the part that everyone makes a mistake. We've got to turn towards the danger, which is the choke hand. But what I see everyone do is they turn here, I don't deal with the hooks, she rolls over, and I end up almost getting taken belly down because I haven't dealt with the controls, which are the hooks. So I've got to do a couple of things at once. So number 1, it's bottom hand, and no such thing as a chicken wing. Bop, bop, bop. This is equal to my elbow on the inside. Number 2, I'm gripping my own wrist. Look, you can kind of grab, the downfall that I found was we're not trying to grab my elbows up. We're not kind of just holding it. And I'm just kind of holding it. So I just want the end of the lever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two mechanics at once. So what I'm going to do is, as I slowly turn my head towards the choke, I walk my leg. And what it does do is cause a valley for me to drop into the valley and allow my back to go to the ground. I'm not out of danger yet, so I need to put my shoulder blades onto the ground. I'm pretty confident right now it'll take Adele at least 3 or 4 seconds to choke me from here, but it's 3 or 4 seconds that I can start to use to escape. So again, number 1 is I want to take the hand fight out first. Number 2, I want to get the control at the end of the lever. The part that I see people have a mistake is there's no ways. When they look towards it, they don't deal with the hooks. So if Adele's got hooks in, and this is an issue, what I'm doing is I'm kind of going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and that allows me to kind of come off. Now, she can't really get her hands out too easy because I've got the control. But when she does, my hands go to the inside. I don't want her to upgrade to mount. The biggest thing I see now that people make a mistake is that they bridge and I take my weight off her hips, she can now upgrade. So I don't know if you heard me say this week we're not bridging. This week, there's no bridging this week. So I'm sliding above her knees. So she tries to come over, she's trying to deal with my legs and things like that as well. Okay, one more time, let's have a look at that. So from the back control position, we're going to go like this. Number 1, deal with the hand fight first. By default, this will put my elbow on the inside of the knee, which is what I need. Number 2, I fight the end of the lever. The hardest part that I see is people turn, but they don't deal with the legs. So I'm kind of going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, land. On the inside position, but make sure she can't come over, so I'm sliding up over, and I can now start to at least be in the game for a fight. Is everyone okay with that? Grab someone your own size. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's just have a quick rehash. Adele's got my back. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I've kind of done the template. We're moving well. The couple of things from here is this is Adele's not going to create space between her chest and my back, and she's going to keep her head in this position. So sorry, I don't mean to yell in your ear. So for me to get my head to the ground that side, I've either got to headbutt the shit out of her. Yeah? Okay.
I was going to say, see that recently yesterday.
Check that out. Yeah. Or we play a game of stubborn. And I have a coconut head. I'm not going to lie, my head's friggin' hard. Okay, so she's got it tight. Number one is this, I try to always bring her on the inside, right? I don't want to be here. This allows her to hand fight. If she hand fight, she's got the fight. So I always want to make sure number one is I'm coming through, so I'm holding and I'm controlling and I'm over the top. This is the next one. I'm going to do the opposite to what I just said. I start to drive my head as hard as I can into her head. And she's going to fight back. I'm bringing my head. Now we're in the game. So I'll start, and if she doesn't move it, I'll put my head in position, then I'll start to turn. So for me, when I'm here, it's kind of like, you know, when I'm trying to get my temple towards my partner, the downward base, I'm turning the wrong way. So what I see a lot of times is people here, they start driving into me, I'm like, oh man, I want to. So she's going to win that fight. So I want to set my work up prior to doing this. So once again, 1, 2 from here, 1, 2, and I'm like, so now I'm going the way I want to go because I've set everything up. So she's going to go, I don't want to go that way, and I just lean forward a little bit and pop it like it's hot. Okay, once again, right, I'm not out of danger, so don't let go yet. Okay, back on the ground, okay, safe. Deal with it, come over. Kick it, and now. But you have to, if you head fight too early, and you're going to get put onto the wrong side. Right, so once again, 1, 2, start this motion and drive this way. She'll generally head fight with me, pop my head, and now I turn, down, elbows in, boom, boom, boom. Okay, now we're at least in the game to play the game. Is everyone okay with that? That little bit of head fight. Be more stubborn than your partner. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when they're kind of a little bit wider than me, I've got to travel slightly further. But the best thing about my inside circle is easier to move on a bigger guy than the outside. So I'm not trying to move that way, I'm trying to move this way. Does everyone understand that? So on the circle, like everything's been the same, but the inside's doing like a different rotation to the outside, and then everything's going the same. Let me explain. So 1 and 2 from here, I set the pace, headbutting, hand fight. So for me, once I'm here, this is easier. So instead of me trying to slide up, this is easier for me to get to here. Because it's so wide, I can slide off easy and get a better rotation, and I can get my elbows in. Where if he's small, he tends to hug me a bit more, and I don't get this frame to push off. Does that make sense? Whatever you guys do, don't bridge. Anytime I raise my hips off his leg, he can upgrade. Don't bridge. Next thing is, from here, we're in the same kind of position, is anytime you lift your head, he's going to grab your head. Anytime, yeah, like, you know, so I kind of want to be here, I want to be like, not lift, I don't want to get to here. Because he's slightly bigger than me, I'm going to race it. So I'm going to go like this. Instead of trying to fly to here, I'm going this way. So as he comes up, because he's bigger and generally slower, I'm going to be the rat versus the elephant, and I'll use a little bit of my speed and agility versus his size and his strength. Okay, I'm saying that, grab someone with a completely different body size to what you've just done. I'm going to put the timer on for 3 minutes, rep it out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Dallas on my back. We're going to go to a back choke with the right hand over. Okay, so I'm going to work the same concept. So what's happened is her timing's a little bit better than mine, or she distracted me going, hey, look over there. And I'm like, so she's actually got a full choke. And the thing with this is, I don't want to be so I can just go out and the choke comes undone. but I also don't want it so that if I fail it, I go to sleep. So, yes, find that zone. Okay. Number one thing is, whatever you guys do, okay, you need air to breathe. Do not go and play footsies while someone is on your neck. Really important. Okay. So this is the thing. Anytime that I'm grabbing here, technically I'm pulling her onto me, and even though I might get a little bit of space, it's a short-term solution. So what I want to do is this, is I want to keep my hands, I actually like this. It gives me a bit more of a wedge. I want to raise my right shoulder, I'm going to turn my head to my right and my leg to my right. I raise my right shoulder, I turn my leg and my head, I now go, I squeeze my elbows and I pump. So, I'm not doing, how many times have you seen like in the, you have said guys like this and like, oh yeah, like, yeah, no, so, from here, okay, hands, okay, shrug to create a space to move, okay, walk this way, now, a reverse hip escape, you guys have been doing this since you started jiu-jitsu, you're actually going to use it for a change, who knows, okay, reverse hip escape, we're doing, okay, you know. So, from here, 1, 2, pressure, heels, turn, slide, under, 2 hands, 2 hands, 1 hand, push, triangle, 100%, whatever like that, push, 2 hands, at least I get out of jail free, and again. One and two. 1 and 2. Stop and down. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Don't do the armbar, guys. Don't do that. What I'm seeing, everyone's doing 60%, which is better than 50%. Here, good. Here, good. Here, not good. I'm just sliding down when I hang myself, right? So, and don't go the other way because it's just as bad. So, 1, everyone, 2, so I'm going this way. So, legs and hands, pop. I'm out, you know, and even if she goes upright, I'm just going to throw everything, you know what I mean? Like I'm throwing over. But it's exactly the same escape as the seatbelt grip, but I'm sliding down. So you still got to turn. Got it? 1, 2, 3. Take 3. Okay, so the deal with this is number 1 and number 2. This knee allows you to rotate, goes belly down, which is bad to me. This one here stops me from coming forward. Okay, so my way, I'll do it my way, then I'm going to show a couple of other ways. Is I like to grab this and I like to peel it. Secondly, I like to drive my knee out, and that'll help get rid of the foot on the hip. Right, so now as I'm posting, I bring my leg over and puts me in a position to attack my way. Number 2 from here was Professor Tyrone out of the mechanic in, which was the whole mechanic here, which is a lot stronger. He now goes on the toes and posts on the toes, which you get a direct reaction from here. Right. The next one that Adele did was like, if I'm with Adele and I've got Adele's leg from the outside, was, remember, Adele's a lot better at this shit, leg lock than me. So I've got the leg lock, and once again, she's got the foot on, so from here, just do your standing.
I'll be hand fighting, so I put down, and just do this, bring my knee over, and then if he's out, coming forward and going deep on it. If Adam's not at my foot, then he can't get that plantar flexion on my toes. So if I go too deep into the straight ankle lock, he can't actually do the straight ankle lock. It's when he's actually sitting at my foot, this is the danger zone. So if I get to a position where I can actually pump my foot super deep through, he can't finish the straight ankle lock. And then, like Adam was talking about before, if I can get over this leg, come all the way up on the top, I'm upgrading.
So I'm ready. So it's a quickie as far as the tutorial goes. But the concept, let me just explain the concept, is there's 2 areas that we need to deal with. Right, Number one is I need to do this, I need to do this. Anytime that I lift my post hand up, she can roll, so I want to keep her in the valley. I want to clear this, hand fight, clear it, arm clear it. Okay. I have something that I use that I don't like teaching because it's not what a normal everyday person can do. So I don't like teaching it. The way that I do it is I go post and I go into the splits. And I grab my foot.
So just do that.
So
Just do that. Can I
Yeah.
just like? I know the video doesn't do it justice.
So yeah, full splits. So the way that is from here is the way that I do it is I go here, right, and I throw my leg backwards and I go to the full splits and I grab my foot. And this puts me in this position where I can actually start to body rock to start to attack. If you can't do the splits, you can't do that. Grab someone your own size, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do this class again on Saturday. Okay, so I'm with Adele. Adele has a back choke on me. I'm going to go nice and slow. Okay, so Mat de Leon, back choke. So number one, once again, hands come in position, shoulder shrug from here. Walk my legs, walk my hand, come down, slide down, come under. Boom. Hey, slip. So Adele goes, no problems at all. I just. Okay, you get the point? Okay. How come that's filming over there? Okay, guys. Go.